Bella, it's forget it. Yeah, it's like a week ago, but we both know how weekends go. Trying to function, got some places we could go. Lot y'all got me speaking slow like, yeah, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. I don't GA. I'm trying to yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Bengals going up against the Broncos.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the picturesque city of Denver, Colorado. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. The drive begins with a handoff to Andrews. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Four yards remaining now on 2nd down.
What's left? What's left? No chance.
On the ground, Andrews again. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Off the corner, where'd he come from? Well, again, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There we go. Nice play, baby. Hurry up. Here we go. Green, 39. Watch it now, Barney. Switch.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here we go now.
Now back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Now let's go. Green, 39. All right, now look at 56. Gone. No. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
On 1st down, Scott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. He's got daylight past the 20. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Nothing fancy there. A little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
2nd and goal to go now. Nifty move. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they take it all the way to the 1-yard line, but in the end, they opt for 3.
I know if this was a video game, they never would have gone for the field goal because, Brandon, who kicks field goals in video games? But you've got to make sure you get points, and that was as easy a 3 as you can get.
You kick field goals in video games. That's who kicks field goals in video games. So the D-line's going to spread out. They start on the ground with Andrews. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll run again here with Andrews. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Gun! Over! Set! Green, 39!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
They'll keep it on the ground. Scott, and a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. Gun! Watch it now, Barney. Gun!
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down. That's Scott. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. And he motions the wide receiver. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man on the out route. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. They'll run on first down. Scott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, Scott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jordan Willis in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is right down Broadway. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They begin here with a run by Andrews. Bulldozes past him. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
No. Check. Patriot.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Here we go. Here we go. Hold the look.
They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll look to set up his blockers. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hurry up. Here we go. Over. Hurry up.
Here's Andrews. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. All right, here we go. All right, now, look at me.
A toss play to Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there.
All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shaw. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now Andrews.
Green 39.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Flush to his right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Leopard! No, check, Patriot! Leopard!
On first down, Scott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Hurry up, here we go! Detroit! No, check, Patriot!
They'll drop the throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll keep it on the ground. Scott, he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Lucky 56, 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Now let's go. 319.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. 319. Over.
On 3rd down, it's Scott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, It's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Now let's go. Watch him now, Barney. Leopard.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Halfback sent in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he gets it down to the 32. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll try the left side. Scott, no dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Hey. Blue, land it. Oh, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Over.
He'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And the back goes into motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll run it with Andrews. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw here, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the 3rd quarter in Carson. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Detroit! Detroit! Switch! All right, here we go. Boom! All right, now look at 56. Back that Philly. Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Taken right around the 44. And he'll be knocked down sideways. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And now here's a carry heading left. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Right through him. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On second down now, Scott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Broncos on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. He'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. There he goes inside the 30. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
3 buzz.
Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
And to give this time to the tailback. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Blitz, blitz, blitz. Run. That's it, baby.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
That boy's got 4 down.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.